So firstly, we decided to name ourselves Jam Productions because we tried to fit as many of our initials as we could. So that's why we decided to do Jam Productions. And the Jam jar is red because like it has connotations to like blood and like horror, and that's what our production company does basically. We decided to have the production name at the start to suggest it's a film opening to the audience. Firstly, we could see Matty coming out in this room to show that it's a normal routine test with the casual costume. After the end of the production, we decided to put a scene where Matty is waiting in the waiting room to give a bit more context to the whole production. We then positioned 3 seats to show that he's waiting for someone to come or something to come, to show that it's waiting area. We also closed the blinds to show that there's no escape from this. We also use this music to show that it's a thriller or like a horror type film or something like that going on. The next part is Lila with a clipboard and a paper saying with big capital letters saying deceased, which shows to the audience that this is not a normal test and the testee is likely to die. In the next part of the scene, we use 2 beakers with liquids in to show that, and one with a mixture in of both the liquids to show that this is something dangerous to the audience, and a Bunsen burner to show that Lila is creating something. We also did this in a lab to show that she's some sort of scientist. For the liquids in the conical flask, we decided to use food coloring and water just to show that it's different chemicals and stuff to the audience, and that was the best way to do it. So in this edit, I've decided to add this clip of Jack and Lila filming. And we decided to use the lab because it was based in school, so it was easy and it was easily accessible to for everyone in the group to go to when we were scheduled to film. So it was less likely that we were going to miss our filming sessions, and we could film more in that time. We also decided to use the lab because it had all the props that we needed for the filming, and we could get it for free because it was just from the science department, so they let us have it for free, and they also let us film there for free as well. We used stickers on each beaker as well to show that to the audience that it's flammable, dangerous chemicals that are being used, which may suggest to them that something's going to happen. We can also partially see a lab coat, which suggests that she's a scientist as well. The next part shows Lila opening a syringe, suggesting that she may insert it into somebody. In this next part, the syringe is being inserted into Matty's arm, into his veins specifically. You can also see the belt being used as a restraint, which shows that Matty isn't voluntarily doing it, or maybe he changed his mind earlier or something happened, so it leaves the audience in a bit of a mystery. This scene took a lot of time because we had to get 2 people to hold the belt down just to look like it's being restrained. We had Jacob filming, Jack directing, and someone behind the camera recording this whole process. We then get an extreme close-up of Matty with the redness around his eyes, suggesting that these chemicals are already taken effect on his body. The next part shows Lila going into a different lab and writing up different letters and numbers, suggesting that she's planning on something new or she's trying to find out the effects of these chemicals. The camera then focuses for a first person view of Lila onto the piece of paper titled Pathogen, which says highly infectious, which shows the audience that this chemical is really dangerous and can cause bad effects to society and people. We then get an extreme close-up of Matty showing the excessive sweating, which is one of the symptoms of these chemicals, which shows a start of something bad happening. In this next clip, we see Jacob having a pipette over Matty's head, pouring water down to show the sweat. We also had to get the lighting right to show the sweating to the audience. The camera focuses towards the lower half of Lila and shows that she stops and then runs towards the patient, which shows that something has happened to him from the chemicals or whatever he was taking. We can then see the makeup that was applied to Matty, which shows all the stuff that has happened to his veins, all the bruises from the chemicals, and shows him lying on the table, possibly dead. We left on a cliffhanger so the audience will want to see the final film more. In this final part of the edit, we can see that Carly's doing the makeup on Matty. We thought it'd be best for Carly to do it because she's done it before and she's probably the best out of all of the group at doing makeup.